Hello, it is Monday, March the 28th, 2022, and a couple of things are going on, but number one is the fact that I am sitting here trying to collect myself after a difficult day. It started out wrong when I had a student this morning who refused to do the retake, trying to, egg other students on to be rude. They were not taking the bait, thankfully. But there were a bunch of them that were trying to talk during the retake, so that just started off my day in the wrong way. And then I guess the 6th graders were fine this morning. That was fine. But then I was like in a bad mood from that, and then this afternoon during my last block of the day that I always have trouble with, I had not as much playing around, but I just really had to stay on top of behavior today. So I felt really frustrated that I'm having to just spend so much time being grumpy with people and telling them what not to do, when I really just want to enjoy being with them and teaching and have a good time with them, and I want to be able to smile. But I feel like all I'm doing is just being grumpy all the time, and it's just not a good feeling. So spring break can't get here soon enough, but I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go check on the baseball team. They had a doubleheader today, so it is a little chilly, so I brought my jeans. I'm going to change in my jeans, then I'm going to run over there, see how they're doing on the current game, and hang out for a little while. So yeah, hopefully the sunshine will put me in a better mood in baseball. All right, I will meet you on the ball field. Hello, it's now Wednesday. Pretty sure it's March the 30th, 2022, and the ball games were very, very cold, and they lasted pretty late on Monday night. I did enjoy sitting outside, and I got to hang out with some teachers and some parents and enjoyed some social time, so that was good. But I was freezing. I was so cold when we left that night. So I had even dressed really, really warm. I had on a shirt, a sweater, a big fluffy coat with, a really good insulation. It was a nice coat. So I didn't feel terribly cold when I was just sitting there. But then as the night wore on, and I'd been sitting for a long time, then it just started to chill me to the bone. Unfortunately, our boys team, I thought they were going to win their second game of the doubleheader, but then they got too cold, and I feel like it affected their pitching because their muscles were just cold and they were having trouble. So because of the pitching issue, they were not on the batting side long enough to score enough runs. They just kept having trouble with the pitching to where they were walking a lot of people, and then someone would hit. One of their good hitters would get out there from the other team, and then everyone would just be running in and running multiple runs at the same time. So, we're a young team. A lot of our students are 6th graders right now. And so, they're going to be good, but it's just going to take them a little while. When they get up there to the 8th grade, it should be a pretty strong team. Our 7th graders are pretty strong. Yeah, it's just going to take some time because we had some really good players move up to the high school last year, so that affected us. But anyway, so another story about Monday night was that after the game, I had brought my purse out there because I wanted to, have the ability to get something to eat. And then when it was the end of the game, I was so focused on getting out of there because it was getting dark and I was cold. I was so cold. I was shivering. So I went to talk to Joe and find out how long he was going to be. And he was cleaning up and helping the athletic director reset the field and everything and put the bases away. And I went to warm up the car. He's like, I'm almost done. Said, I'm going to go warm up the car so that it'll be warm when you get in, because I knew he was colder than I was. And I walked off, and I was so tired. It was such a long day that when I got home that night, I put my purse down in a spot that I don't normally put my purse down. But because I was so tired, I couldn't remember having done that. Hold on just a second. The dog wants in. So anyway, I could not remember having brought my purse in the house. And I didn't remember where I set it, but I set it like, we have this like high bar top table in the kitchen. And if you have things sitting like in the front of it, you're at eye level when you're standing across the room. And unless you like walk all the way around the table, it can block things that are in the back. So I had stuck my purse in the back, next to our silverware like organizer. Baxter, what are you doing? I don't want that. Yuck. Are you clingy right now? Are you clingy, puppy? Thank you. Thank you for kisses. Thank you. So, long story short, I got up the next day and went to school and didn't think about my purse. Was looking for it a little bit in the morning, couldn't find it. I was like, oh, it's probably in the car. Got into the car, it wasn't there. Joe went back in the house and looked around. He looked everywhere. Didn't see the purse. So I was starting to freak out. I thought that I had legitimately walked off and left my purse at the ball field, which, as you know, is not a good place to leave a purse. And to make matters worse, I am not a person who carries cash normally. My hair. I normally do not carry cash. I normally use my debit card everywhere I go, or my credit cards, and then just pay them all off at the end of the month. But it just so happened that I had cash in my wallet from my daughter's boyfriend, who had paid us for the plane ticket that we bought for him. And so I was freaking out. Not just that, but next week we are going to Colorado for Ainsley's, college orientation days. I'm going to be flying. So I have to have my ID with me when I go. And, I'm on my credit cards. Like, I need my credit card for the rental car and all that stuff. So I was freaking out because I was like thinking about how many things were in there. Not only was all of that stuff in there, but all of my makeup was in my purse and my hairbrush, because as you know, I like to get ready in the car in the morning to save myself some time in bed. So I got to school and the good thing was I had washed my hair, and so it was air drying, and I had on purpley kind of dress that Joe bought me for Christmas. And it's a really good color for me. At least I wasn't wearing something that made me look washed out. But I had like no makeup on. I had no eyeliner, no lip gloss, nothing. And my hair was like wet, still drying. I went to school that way. I did my first half of my day that way. And then I couldn't take it any longer. Like, after I had looked around my classroom just to make sure, and we had looked at the ball field and it wasn't there, and we checked with all the important people who would have picked it up from the ball field, and it still wasn't turning up. I was like, I have to go home at lunchtime today and check. So I'm lucky my planning time backs up to my lunchtime. So I just left towards the end of my planning time to make sure that I could get back in time and not cause any problems. So I went real quick to check, and I walked around and I saw it. There it was, at the back of the table. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? So today, Joe is gone at Hatteras. They are having a ball game, and so they left like around 12:30 today. Some other people were in trouble, and then the ball team was gone. So I ended up only having like 6 students today. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like 6 students today in my 4th block. And I was doing the strawberry DNA lab, which I had already done with the other class, where you extract the DNA from a strawberry. It's a really cool lab. I'll put it down below in case you want to use it. I'm probably going to end up having to make up the lab with the students that were not there. Today was a pretty good day. My 6th grade class, I did an experiment with them on conduction and insulation. And so we did the whole try to keep an ice cube from melting thing, and we tested out aluminum foil, plastic wrap, and wax paper. for, you know, that. So I did that with one group, and then I gave the rest of the students something to do online, and it went really well. They had fun, but I only got through like a couple groups, so I have to do the other ones tomorrow. So I had to come up with a new plan for them because they got their work finished. Excuse you. They got their work finished today. The ones that did not get to work with me on the experiment. So I had to come up with a new plan. So that's ready for tomorrow. My 7th graders are starting their Forces in Motion unit. So we did the Hot Wheels activities today, and I have them, I go over the meanings of Newton's 3 laws, show them a little video, and then I give them like a little cheat sheet to help them remember the meanings of the 3 laws. And I may have them work in pairs to make a skit about the 3 laws and demonstrate it using Hot Wheels cars of different sizes. And I have some track, and I have some of those things that like shoot the Hot Wheels cars, you know, that kind of thing. So they were having fun with that today. They got to play with Hot Wheels the whole class period, and only one of them zinged across the room that I saw. So that's a pretty good statistic, I should say, better than my class did last year. So that was today. It was pretty fun. And now Baxi and I are just hanging out. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. I'm going to watch some TV and try to chill out a little bit. And then maybe I will feel like cleaning up the kitchen.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, March the 31st, 2022. And I'm just having a hard time getting up lately. I have been waiting until the very last possible minute to wake up in the morning, and so as a result, I'm not totally awake when I get here, but we're making it happen. I'm like ready for spring break. Next week, I'm only going to be here for one day because we're going to Colorado. I'm about to go pick up my kids in just a few minutes. Right now, I'm looking around my room, and there's a lot of stuff because I was tired yesterday and I just left. Like, I'm just so tired right now and ready for break. I just need to do some like walking around the room and straightening up piles. That's my 5-minute bell, and I have to go out and get the kids. So this morning I'm going to be doing some stations with my 6th graders. I got this energy transfer practice worksheet for them, where they just have to write conduction, convection, or radiation for each example, and then they can go online and play Legends of Learning games. This is a writing prompt for conduction, convection, and radiation. I found it on NSF IERI Science Ideas, and there were like 4 or 5 different ones, and there are a bunch of different ones for science and social studies. So it's a great resource for linking your subjects together to ELA. And so I'm doing the practice worksheet for one station, that for another station, an ed puzzle for the 3rd station, and the 4th station is with me. Just realized that I forgot to bring more ice today, so I'm gonna have to go to the cafeteria with a big old container, and that way I'll still be able to do the activity that I planned for today. So that's 6th grade. 7th grade is taping their Hot Wheels skits for Newton's 3 laws of motion. And 8th grade is working on adapting recipes to add safety steps to prevent contamination with bacteria, because we're talking about different types of diseases, communicable and non-communicable. So yeah, that's what's up for today. I will check back with you hopefully during planning. I should have a little time then, as long as I am efficient with what I'm doing this morning. So maybe we'll get my kids. I'll see you later. I have been trying really hard to clean up my space today. I cleaned off my teacher area over here. It may not look that great, but it looks a whole lot better than it did. I had lots of stacks right there. I cleaned this off, streamlined that. These are some things I need to take care of with students, and there's my graded work that I need to sort right there. So I kind of just straightened up my cart. My teacher cart was a disaster, and now it is much better. And I just recently straightened up these cubbies. So that's straightened up. I moved some things that were on the counters. It's not perfect. I still need to put some dishes away over there. And I need to take care of stuff that's over here. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to work on creating my lesson plans. I need to do my lesson plans for when I have my sub. This afternoon was all right. I have one student that's continuously giving me issues that he's like just trying on purpose to try to get in trouble with me. So I talked to my husband about it, and we have a plan moving forward that I can time him out in there if I need to. But I'm going to try to talk to him first. I'm going to try to sit down with him one more time and reason with him as a reasonable individual that I'm hoping he will decide to be. I think like this time of year, 8th graders just start to show themselves because they think that they're like grown, and I don't know. They start, some of them, not all of them, start doing things that they know better, but they're temporarily insane from being 8th graders, and it's just like that age group, that time of their lives where they can't think rationally, and so they take it out on people that they have to see on a regular basis. So parents, teachers, whoever is around them on a regular basis gets to enjoy this lovely developmental stage of theirs. That is really the only thing that I had to deal with today. Honestly, everything else went really well. Some kids, like the principals, just started like really dealing with some of the behavior issues and like getting down to the bottom of some of the people that were really causing trouble in the building. So there's a lot of kids that have gotten sent out and were in ISS and were at home for different behavior things that they got sent out for. So yeah, so that made it like a quiet and calm day, and some of the kids that stir things up were not here. So it was just a nice, pleasant day of teaching for the most part. We did our genetic diseases activity with the 8th graders. I had the high school kids come over from Mr. Ludolph's class and present to this group. So it's funny, the group that I had today, like they're really intelligent students, but they're less impressed or interested in things like that than my other group of students. I don't know, it's just their personalities. Like I thought they might be interested in, seeing what it's like to be in high school and speaking to some of the high school kids about their experience, and they were not interested in it. So, but we did it and it's done, and it was a good experience for them, whether they want to acknowledge that or not. The 7th graders did really well on their videos today. I'm very proud of them, and we're starting the roller coaster assignment, which is one of their favorites every year, and I'm kind of like changing it up this year. In the past I had them do just individual roller coasters, but this year I want them to create a theme park in our classroom, and each of them has a different roller coaster in the theme park. And then I think we're going to do like a brochure or something for fun, and then maybe we will invite some community members in to see them run their roller coasters. There was a wind warning, so they canceled like all of the after school activities. All of the practices and everything were canceled because they didn't want the buses on the road because they're high profile vehicles. So I'm just gonna have Joe come and get me when I'm finished, and hopefully we'll be okay. We only have 15 minutes to drive home. So hello, today is Saturday, April the 2nd, 2022, and obviously I'm at home. This is the last day I'm going to vlog this weekend. So we're going to be at school on Monday, and then Tuesday morning at like 6:30 in the morning, we're going to leave and drive to Raleigh for our flight out. So I will try to film, but I'm not going to do any editing or anything this week. I actually have set my next video for Thursday to go out automatically, so I won't have to worry about it. You guys will still get your teacher tip for Thursday, but I'm just gonna be hanging out with family. I'm gonna be spending some time with my baby, who I won't be able to spend a lot of time with this time next year. So that's what I'm up to. I have laid around a lot today because this was a super hard work week. It was emotionally draining this week. I have plenty of supportive parents. I really can't complain, But just some of the stuff that I had to handle this week was just a little bit tiring. Some of the disrespect that we're dealing with has been at a different level. And then I just had some things that were said about me this week that it's like difficult to shake when you have invested a lot of time and really like tried to care for the children that you have in your care and help them be the best that they can be. It's hard, you know? It's hard, but ultimately other people's opinions of me don't really matter as long as I keep doing my best at my job. And there will be people as a teacher that they think that they know you, but they don't know you, and you have to get used to that. So I have to toughen up in that way because, it's not like I need approval of other people. I'm like past that point in my life. But at the same time, when you do things for people and you're consistently there for them and their children, and then they just don't return that, then, it's going to hurt. You have, the more you have invested in something, the more it bothers you. So, I'm going to be okay because I know that I'm in the right place. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'll be fine. I have great administrators. They support me. They helped me out this week and took care of a lot of things that if they hadn't done that, my life could have been more difficult than it was already. So, things are good. Life is good. The house stuff is moving forward. I should say land stuff is moving forward. Going to be more weeks before we find out. So as soon as I know, I will let you know either way. All right, well, I'm going to let you go and I'm going to end the vlog here but I just want to check in with you and say that I hope that you're enjoying your last few days before spring break if you haven't had it yet. And if you are struggling with behavior like I am, there's only a few more days and then we get that break. So stay encouraged, stay positive, try something new with your students. That will be fun and you'll get through it. We always do. And the end of the school year is approaching quickly. So be encouraged. All right, everybody, have a great day. Don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Bye.